Hello, what's going on today? How y'all doing? Okay, so we're gonna just jump straight into it. Basically, I'm just gonna tell you the best way and what I've done in order to get cheap, good flights. Okay, cool. So getting the best deals for your flights. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is because a lot of people used to ask me or say or make little comments on a little bit of a shady sign. Used to be like, oh, so you seem to travel all the time. I don't know how you doing this. Like, how you going around? Blah, 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 blah. So basically, I was like, okay, cool. I might as well do a video and explain that. Look, I'm not rich yet. However, I do know how to bargain and I do know how to search and find good deals when it comes to flying and traveling, since I do it quite often-ish. So anyway, I was like, okay, let me just do this video quickly and just share with you some of my methods in terms of getting really good flights and good prices for your holiday or vacation, work travel, whatever it is. So I'm just gonna grab my laptop right here and just show you what I do. So the first things first is, if you're searching for a flight, wherever you're trying to go, I would say open up a tab, but open it up on incognito. So the reason I've got my laptop in front of me is to show those of you that don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So if I'm just gonna go over here now, click on File, and then New Incognito Window. So you've gone incognito. Tab will pop up, and what this does is Chrome or Safari, whatever you're using, it doesn't save your browsing history, your cookies and site data, and any information entered in from websites and stuff. So one reason why you need to do this if you're trying to find good travel deals and stuff is because if you've been searching, you're like, oh, I want to go on a holiday and yay, and let me just start looking at tickets and stuff. What you tend to do is every time you're searching for a ticket, every time you're searching, yes, Cyprus, Miami, whatever, your cookies are building up, so it knows what you want to do. It's like it's building up all this information about yourself. So then when it comes to buying tickets, sometimes you would see increased prices on sites that are not incognito because of the fact that it's been viewed and searched and searched and searched and searched. So it's like it's in demand. Do you know what I'm saying? So that kind of happens. So if I go on here, I'm going to just type in Google to begin with. And okay, I agree, shut up, right? Talking about cookies. And I'm going to type in Skyscanner. So this is another tip number 2. I use Skyscanner to compare in terms of cheap flights, as I've just been using it for a long time now. There's probably other sites people use, but I've been using Skyscanner for a long time and it hasn't really ever done me too much wrong, I would say. So I continue to use it. So I'm going to just type in Los Angeles just because, whatever. Return. So first point, as I said, go incognito. Second point, use some kind of comparison flight, whatever you call it, site. I use Skyscanner, which is what I'm using right now. So if I click on search, I didn't even write a date in. I don't even know what date it's searching right now, but I just clicked on search. Okay, 31st of January to 7th of February. So if you're looking at this now, you're seeing that Skyscanner is comes up with the best deals, or you can filter it to whatever your preference is up here. So you can sort by cheapest flight first, fastest first, or outbound return times. If you have a specific time you have to be in certain places, but if you do have a specific time you have to be in places, that's not always going to be the best for flying. I'm just going to let you know that now, because of a lot of the cheap flights are going to be at maybe not so your kind of convenient traveling time, but it's a traveling time that you can use where you can get a better deal. So I just keep it on the best deal. That's what I do, unless I have any specific searches, but usually it's just I keep it on best. And then as you can see, I'm scrolling down, Virgin Atlantic comes up for £498. So that's not bad. I mean, it's, January the 31st to the 7th of February. It's quite close. And then Ryan of Finnair, is coming up next. It's 510. So first things first, obviously the date is important. So I'm going back to the date. Usually when I'm traveling, I will look for dates or days, traveling days between Sunday, Monday and Tuesday. So essentially, but then also different hours of the night. So I don't, like, I'm not an expert in this. So if someone's gonna come comment a video, oh, blah, 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 just shut up, because I'm not an expert. I'm just telling you what I do, and I get good flights. So what I would usually do is, like, say I'm traveling out in like 2-3 weeks or something like that. I would look at flights and I will click on, first of all, on Skyscanner, I'll show the whole month. So when it shows the whole month, it actually shows you a breakdown of how much each flight is for whatever day it is. So as you can see right here, let's say, yeah, I want to travel on the 28th of January, and I click on that, and then it shows the outbound. So over here is all the outbound costs. So you can click on the days which actually accommodate a better price. So in green, as it says here, cheap, orange moderate, and then pink expensive. So this is one way I would start off with, clicking on the whole view, and then, like, let's say I want to travel out on the 31st. It changes depending on what day you choose. So I want to travel on the 31st of January, which is 5 days from now, right? So you can see £152 is the cheapest price it's showing me for the 31st. And then if I want to come back on, let's say, the 12th of February, it's 157. So when I click on show flights, it's going to now, you know, calculate it based on obviously the information I've just put in. As you can see, it's going January to February, and we're going to see what it comes up with. So usually, oh gosh, it will come up with the prices that it said, but sometimes it can go higher, like it has now, for whatever reason. Sometimes you might catch lower, but it just depends. So it kind of gives you a roundabout way. But once that doesn't work out for me personally, what I also do is as I said, look at specific days. So say I want to travel again, we'll go back to the drawing board, let's say Sunday 31st of January, which is quite close anyway, to be honest. However, I'm just using this as an illustration. And say I want to come back, let's say I want to come back in March, right? So I'm going to click on Monday, and then I'm going to click show flight prices. So I'm hoping with this new search, I'm going to get like a better deal because of it's a bit lower in the return rate. And I've also clicked on a Monday, which is the day that I would usually, I look at Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. That's the days I personally look at. So it says the best is £363 at the top, cheapest is 305. However, obviously, like, I don't know about if they're direct or non-direct. So as you can see here, here's the cheapest flights come up with £305. However, there's a one stop 32 hours in Amsterdam and then a stop in ATL. Now, obviously, in normal times, you know, when we're not going through pandemics and whatnot, stopping in other countries are usually fine. You can just book in a hotel if you want. You get another like day to spend in a different country and whatnot. However, a lot of people now probably don't want to travel and do stops. They just want to go in direct flights. But this is one way of obviously having to save you know, if you look at the comparison, BA to Virgin Atlantic with a stop, it's like a good £300 difference. Do you know what I'm saying? So why would you not want to go with it if it's convenient for you and if you don't mind, let's say, spending a day in another country or whatever? So generally that's how it works. We'll give you different options. So I know they say there's specific days people search. I think it's just Tuesdays and another day of the week. I don't know if it's Tuesdays and Wednesdays or Mondays and Wednesdays because they say that's the best day or whatever. But generally I look at Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then sometimes Thursdays as well. And I tend to book around, usually if I'm booking, I'm leaving on a Monday, Tuesday, or I'm leaving on like a Sunday or something like that. That's just generally what happens with my tickets. So the last ticket I got for going to Ghana. Now Ghana at Christmas people know prices can, you know, go up to like 1k. I got my ticket for £320 or £350, I can't remember, along those lines. How I got it, number one, when I booked my ticket a few days before December, so I didn't get caught up in the rush. I had to get out there anyway, so it just made sense for me to like book a few days earlier, so I'm not like just going out there for holiday, because the whole idea was to go out there for business anyway. And that made it obviously cheaper. And then the days that I picked to fly out on, as I said, between those days and then arrival and then, leaving, departing and then arrival, I made sure that within the days I said to you guys, those are the days that I left and arrived. So my ticket was really, really good for a return ticket during that time. Even close to December, it just gets really expensive. Like also, when I'm booking my ticket, back in the day, like I used to hear like, oh, if you want to book and get a really good price, always book in advance. No, actually, you don't always have to book in advance. A lot of the really good tickets I've got, I'm not gonna lie, is literally within a short amount of time. And I'm not saying like, you know, the day before, don't do that, but like if it's like 2 weeks before, a week before, the most I tend to do now is obviously like maybe like a month in advance, and that's just because of my schedule. But like obviously it's good to book tickets in advance in general, because you can always like, you know, get good prices, but it's not all the time is what I'm saying. I still get really good prices when I book last minute, but it's usually like nothing less than a week within the time that I'm traveling out. And that's also, I don't know why, I don't know, I think the reason why that is per se, as I said, I'm not an expert on this. However, I know I read something about it one time, and then I realized, wow, I'm actually getting really good prices like a week, 2 weeks before I'm traveling. So yeah, obviously if you have to plan it out, like let's say you're going somewhere on holiday and you guys booking it, like I'm not saying, you know, book last minute, but I'm just saying sometimes you get the good prices. So that's also another way I do it. Now, another thing or another tip I'll give you guys is the airline. So obviously if you travel a lot, it will be good to look into whatever airline you tend to travel with a lot with, whether it's BA, Virgin, KLM. Sometimes they have like customer, you know, whatever you want to call it, rewards. So if you flying from London to Jamaica, then they'll give you a certain amount of points for your flight, and then you can use those and then get discounts on your next flight via the fact that you went on that airline before and you've collected this, you know, you signed up for your rewards or whatever you want to call it. So every airline has something different. So for example, I remember when I used to travel with, was it Virgin or Delta? Very big difference. No, joking. Okay, so I remember when I used to travel a lot with, I believe it was Virgin and Delta Airlines. So I kind of racked up a few of these rewards, travel and whatever. So I used to be able to just apply it and then get like discounts on my tickets because of that. So I was really happy about that. Another tip I'm going to give you guys, so I mean this is like the 5th or 4th tip, is sales. So if you want to book a ticket for a good price, look at when the airlines do airline sales. This is a big little clue here. So the recent ticket I booked to another place, I booked it during the sale period, and the advantage of not only the fact that it was like £200 cheaper than it would be, or about £200-300 around the time that I booked it. Also, it allowed me to change my return date and whatnot free of charge. So usually, obviously, when you're changing tickets with particular airlines, they will charge you like a fee, a change date, blah, blah, blah. But because I booked it during the sale period, during that time, I could change my ticket and I didn't get charged any extra money. So that was really, really good. That particular airline was BA, but I'm not going to rave and rant like they're the best airline ever. There's a lot of good airlines out there. And so you just need to look at what, you know, when they have these sales and when you're able to look into their reward packages, do that as well. So those are just a few, as I said, of my little tricks and tips. I do also want to show you that incognito, sometimes it will work, sometimes it depending. So I'm just going to open up another tab as we're here on Skyscanner on just a normal, you know, whatever cookie searching tab, and see what comes up, because I just would like to give illustrations, not just, you know, not all talk and whatnot, as to if these things actually work or not. But I do remember one time that me and my my compadres, me and my like group of fam, a mixture of family and family friends, we went on a holiday together and we were booking it around the same time. And once one person booked, the seat prices do kind of start to increase depending what airline you book on as well. So we were all like, okay, cool, we should all book at the same time or not like delay, like everyone book. And I realized on one site, someone's was like a price, it stated that this was the price. And then when she went on incognito, it literally dropped 100 pounds. I was like, that's crazy. I've never seen it drop that much. Like I've seen it drop by maybe like a couple pounds, 20, 30 pounds, but 100 pounds, I was like, wow, these cookies are insane. So it is something worth doing, and you might go in and do it and be like, oh, it didn't make a difference. Cool. But it's better to be on incognito rather than just a normal browser, because if it does make a difference, then you know that you're getting the benefit on your little incognito tab. So I think that's about it. Yeah, just wanted to share that with you. Shout out to New York Film Academy. Whoop whoop. I don't want to tell you what year I graduated doing a master's from there, because we don't need to start doing calculations in our head. But yeah, so obviously this is the reason why I used to fly out a lot, because of when I was studying a master's degree, I was back and forth. And when I was like living out in the LA state, whatever, in Cali, I had to like travel back and forth a lot of the time. So that's when my traveling journeys really, oh my voice. That's when my traveling journeys really like expanded, because I was up and down, up and down, up and down. And people were like, how are you always up and down? I'm like, because I know how to get the good flights and deals and stuff. Oh, this is a bonus little tip. So if you know anyone that works in an airline, you know that you get friend and family, or whatever you call it, and they can put people on their roster. So I would say, as a little bonus tip, just be friendly with somebody, you know, just get to know someone, you know, that has one of them discounts, and like maybe they'll put you on for the couple months that they can put you on for, and you can get super cheap flights. My friend, someone put him on, I think their BA, or whatever you call it, because he had a friend that worked there. Oh my gosh, the way he like, his ticket prices were crazy. Like his ticket prices were crazy. I was so jealous. I was like, you're getting cheaper flights than I am, and I'm really good at finding these bargain flipping deals and prices. So I was so upset, and he told me that, oh, it's because someone put him under their friends and family thing on BA, and I was like, rah, okay, I need a friend like that. So so yeah, okay guys, I hope this was helpful. Probably information you might have heard before, but I'm just going to reinforce it anyway, and telling you what I've done, and I'm always able to find really good flights. So yeah, I mean, the other option is, if you want me to find you a flight, holler at me. I'll take a little bit of a 5% commission, and I'll do it for you. Cool. All right, anyways, so subscribe if you haven't. Subscribe, and I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Okay, bye bye, later. Okay.